how to develop, set up and manage a rabbit farm. By the end of this course, you will be able to understand the benefit of setting up a rabbit farm, suitable housing and all equipment that you will need in your rabbit farm, and you will also learn the management practices necessary for a good rabbit production. Also, everything you need to feed your rabbit so that your rabbit will do very well and profitably, you will also learn in this lesson. There are do's and don'ts that you need to be mindful of while feeding your rabbit. All these we are going to discuss in this video. This is the first part in rabbit production. So to get the complete knowledge of rabbit production, make sure you check for other videos and watch them so that you will have the full knowledge of everything you need for a profitable rabbit production enterprise. I urge you to please like this video, subscribe down below, ring the notification bell so that every time a new video comes up, you'll be notified of our new video series. Rabbits are animals that can be domesticated for the numerous benefits we can derive from them. We can gain a number of things from rabbits, such as their meat, the leather, the fur. So here are 10 reasons why you need to go into rabbit production. 10 reasons why it is very profitable to go into rabbit production compared to other livestock. Rabbits require a small space for their housing. So if you're in the urban area or in the rural area, wherever you are located, it is easy for you to keep rabbits because they require a small space for their housing. This housing can be in your porch, in your veranda, and by the side of your house, in the corner of your frontage. A little space can be made conducive for rabbit production. Number 2 is the small quantity of feed required to feed your rabbits. Rabbit requires very little quantity of food, and most of their feed are grasses, forages. So it is important you know the type of roughage or forage to present to your rabbit. We are going to discuss what to feed your rabbits in subsequent series. Number 3 reason why it is easy to keep rabbit is because it is easy to slaughter or to dress for sale. When you raise your rabbit and you want to dress them or slaughter them and dress them for sale, it is very easy to take care of the rabbit and to dress it for sale, and it is a very, very highly acceptable source of protein among people. Rabbits have high reproduction rate of about 4 times in a year, so you can have an average of 8 offsprings per birth, making an average of like 32 rabbits per year from a female rabbit. So they have high rate of reproduction such that you can have up to 4 times reproduction in a year. This gives a good number of rabbits within a year. Also, rabbits have high rate of growth. As long as you feed these rabbits properly and you adhere to good management practices, rabbits have rapid growth rate, and some rabbits can attain up to 2 kg in 8 weeks, which is a very good rate of growth. Rabbit meat are very low in cholesterol and low in sodium. This makes the meat good for hypertensive patients. Usually rabbit meat are recommended for people with ailments like hypertension, such that it's because of the low level of cholesterol and also the low level of sodium in rabbit meat. So it makes it very acceptable, very good source of protein for patients with hypertension. So this is one of your selling point when you start to raise your rabbit. And individuals that have certain form of ailment, it is easier for you to market them, so because they cannot go for meat or protein sources that are high in cholesterol, like beef, like other red meats, compared to what they can get in rabbit. So making rabbit a very marketable source of protein for individuals that are trying to overcome certain ailments like hypertension, and certain individuals that have high level of cholesterol in their blood vessel. Rabbit skin or rabbit pelt is used to produce winter clothing. That is the soft fur that you get when you skin the rabbit. It's called pelt. Is used to produce winter cloth. That is the soft fur that you wear to keep warm. It's some of it are made from rabbit pelt or rabbit skin. The droppings of rabbit can be turned into backyard manure. So if you have a rabbit housing or a rabbit pen, or you're raising rabbit, you can use the manure, the droppings, as a source of manure to your crops. The cost of setting up a rabbit production enterprise is virtually low. Yes, you can set up at a large scale, and you can set up on a small scale depending on your capital capacity. And as your rabbit enterprise grows, as the number of your rabbits grow, you can increase their housing, increase the size of the space you're keeping your rabbit. So it is okay for you to start with a small number of rabbits, and as your rabbits grow in number, you can increase your rabbit housing. Choosing the profitable variety of rabbits. It is important for you as an individual, before you invest in rabbit production, to know the variety of rabbit that will become a profitable enterprise before you go into the production. So here in this lesson, we are going to discuss the varieties of rabbit that you will find profitable when you start your rabbit production enterprise. Also, aside selling the rabbit meat to restaurants, to meat shops, to schools, to laboratories for lab research, to hospitals for the ailing patients, or to even breeders, there are other avenue you can make income from rabbit production, which include selling the skin, that is the pelt. You can also raise rabbits for the leather. When you are raising rabbit for the meat, it is important for you to raise a variety of rabbit that will give you growth, rapid growth rate, that translates into weight or weight gain. There are varieties of rabbit that can produce up to 50 live rabbits annually, and also have with an average kindling rate of 9 kids per birth. So if you have a rabbit that can produce up to 9 kids per birth, it is a very good variety of rabbit. So when choosing the variety of rabbit to raise, what you're going to ask about the rabbit include the kindling rate from the parent stock, the weight attained at table size, how quick the rabbit can attain table size,
These questions are important for you to ask your local breeder, that is the person selling your parent stock to you, so that you will have a background knowledge on the variety of rabbit you're buying, so that when you start your own rabbit enterprise, you are sure that your breeding stock will have good traits to enhance the profitability of your rabbit enterprise. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss three common types of rabbit variety. The first one is the New Zealand white, the second one is the California white, and the third one is the chinchilla variety of rabbit. The New Zealand white variety of rabbit was initially raised for its meat and fur. They are usually very white and they grow very fast. The large ones of this variety of rabbits can grow up to 4 to 5 kg at stable size. This variety of rabbit, that is the New Zealand white, is very common in laboratory uses. That is for those that carry on research in laboratories. It is a very common variety that laboratory scientists go for to conduct their laboratory tests. You might have come across households that have rabbits as pets. This variety, that is the New Zealand white, is a very common variety of rabbits that are kept as pets as well. For New Zealand white, the fur is thick and goes around the body. The fur is shorter near the ears, and the ears are long and standing upright. The eyes of New Zealand white variety of rabbit ranges between pink to red color. That is, when you observe the eye color of New Zealand white rabbit, the eyes can be pink, pinkish, or towards red color. A very important thing to note about New Zealand white variety of rabbit is that they are mostly resistant to diseases, and it is a very crucial trait when you are keeping rabbit for a large-scale rabbit enterprise. Once your variety of rabbits are not prone to diseases or they are resistant to diseases, it makes your enterprise a very strong enterprise. The second variety of rabbit we are going to discuss is Californian white variety of rabbit. This breed of rabbit is a crossbreed between the New Zealand white and the Himalayan variety of rabbit. It is usually rounded in shape, meaning the rabbit is rounder in shape and plump compared to the New Zealand white. The mature Californian white rabbit attains a weight of between 4 to 4.5 kilogram, and they have a very dense coat of white fur. Usually they have black nose, black ears, black feet, and black tail, and they have bright pink eyes. The third variety of rabbit is the chinchilla variety, and this variety, I can tell you, in this part of the world, is the most common variety that individuals that are into rabbit production enterprise go for. Reason being that it is a multi-purpose variety of rabbit. It is kept for its meat as well as the fur. The coat is soft and beautiful. The rabbit breed attracts a lot of attention because it is usually large in size with beautiful fur, and people usually want to see it and wants to touch it because the fur is so soft. At maturity, chinchilla variety can weigh
between 4 kg and 6 kg. The rabbit is very stout and their ears are long and held straight up. So most of the times, for individuals that are choosing the profitable variety of rabbits to raise for their enterprise, it is advised that you go for the chinchilla variety of rabbit because it is dual purpose. Dual purpose in the sense that it produces meat and it produces fur. This means that the chinchilla variety is bigger, produces more meat, it produces more quantity of fur. Management practices necessary for a profitable rabbit production enterprise. If you have not seen the previous videos that introduces you to rabbit production, a reason why you should go into rabbit production, you should check out how to choose the variety that best suits your rabbit production enterprise. Today we are discussing those practices that you need to put in place to ensure that rabbit production enterprise runs smoothly and runs profitably. Those regular maintenance or management practices that you need for your day-to-day rabbit production enterprise. Number one is timeliness, and in timeliness it means you should adhere to whatever timing you feed your rabbits. If you feed them in the morning, make sure that it is a regular, or you make it a routine to feed your rabbits in the morning. If it is in the afternoon, whichever is convenient for you, but make sure you adhere to the timing of your the provision of feed to your rabbits. Always provide fresh feed or fresh food or roughage or forage to your rabbit. Whenever you're presenting food to your rabbit, make sure that you're presenting good feed to your rabbit because it enhances the palatability of the feed you're presenting. And once the feed is palatable, the rabbits will feed properly. To keep your rabbits profitably, it means you need to support your rabbits with adequate feed. When they eat well, they grow well, and they convert this feed into weight gain. So it is important for you to always provide feed for your rabbits at all times. Make sure there is enough food, sufficient feed for your rabbits at all times to help them gain weight adequately. The quality of feed you present to your rabbit matters a lot. Check out the video that shows you how to feed and what to feed your rabbits so that you can feed them properly to attain high rate of growth. The video I'm talking about mentions the feeding needs of rabbits and what to feed your rabbit to attain profitability of your rabbit enterprise. It is one of the parts of this series on profitable rabbit production enterprise. So check it out in our Agricware Consult YouTube channel and for many more lessons on agricultural enterprises. Another important management practice is to always provide water for your rabbits at all times. It is important for your rabbits to take water. If they don't take water, it will reduce their rate of feed intake. So always provide water for your rabbits all day. During the heat period, that is during dry season, when the sun shines hotter and the temperatures are higher, take note and provide more water for your rabbits at these times. Also during harmattan, when there is dryness, provide more water during hot season and during harmattan for your rabbit. A vital management practice to take note of daily in your rabbit production is observation. Observation of your rabbit to know if they are ill, observation of your rabbits to see their response to temperature changes, observation of your rabbits to see their responses to the feed you offer them, to see their responses to the water you offer them, to see responses to even change in their housing, to see their responses to any slight changes or any change of your routine practices. It is very important to observe your rabbit, to take note of any adjustments or any reactions to certain changes you have put in place, so as to know how to address these changes and address the challenges that you as the farmer may have posed to your rabbit. So always observe your rabbits to see if they are of good health, to know if they are of ill health, and to see their response to changes in temperature, changes in humidity, changes in water, changes in feed. Suitable housing and other equipment for a profitable rabbit production. Due to the body size of rabbit, rabbit can be kept in small compact spaces. Rabbits can be kept on commercial basis or as a small enterprise in the backyard. Whichever scale you choose to raise your rabbits, the housing can be made from planks, iron, aluminium, bamboo, cane, palm fronds, bricks. Whichever material you choose to construct your rabbit pen with, this is a simple description of how the dimension of your rabbit pen should be. Because rabbits are small in size, the cage should, a normal rabbit cage should measure 3 feet length, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high, meaning it should be 3 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high. That is a normal or regular size of a cage or space for a rabbit pen. So when you have this space, you can have as many of this dimension for each of your rabbits. For larger spaces, you can have a space of 6 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high, such that in there you can keep more than one rabbit. Rabbit house or rabbit cage should be kept away from the direction of the rain, the wind, or the sun, and the house should always be placed on a flat surface. If it is a concrete floor housing, then you should make the house concrete, the flooring flat. If it is a cage, you should place the cage on a flat surface to keep a balance in the rabbit pen. An outside extension around the rabbit pen, if you are using wood materials or aluminum sheets to build your rabbit pen, it is advised to construct a fencing around your rabbit pen to prevent splashes of rain into the rabbit pen or excess wind into the rabbit pen. Wide iron sheet roofing should be put in place to prevent rain from splashing into the rabbit pen. There are some rabbit pens that have short roofing, where when it rains, the breeze takes rain into the rabbit pen. So when you're constructing the rabbit house or the rabbit pen, make sure that the roofing has enough extension to prevent rain splashes. There are instances where people improvise and use PVC coated mesh to floor or to construct the old rabbit pen. And when you are using such, you should make sure that the floor is well smoothened out to prevent the legs of this rabbit from bruising. And if when their legs are bruised, they are prone to germs and infections from the wounds that they get. If your rabbit housing is made of concrete, make sure that the floor is cemented. The floor is smoothened with cement. This will prevent fleas and insects from infesting the rabbit house. Always make provision for quarantine cages. This is essential because there are instances where your rabbits are sick or some of the rabbits are injured. When you have quarantine cages, you separate the injured and the sick rabbits away from the others so as not to spread the disease or to the other rabbits. So it is essential to always have a vacant cage as a quarantine cage. Also, there is need for the provision of a section for kindling or a section for birthing of the young ones. This space should be a separate space that there won't be any disturbance of the little ones when the mother puts to birth her little ones. And if peradventure you have a large stock of rabbits that are in their gestation period, there is need to have enough spaces for all these female rabbits that are in their gestation period, so that when they are ready to have their little ones, there is a secluded cage that they can be with their little ones for the period before weaning. Rabbit housing can be constructed as big as you want or as large as you want, depending on the scale of your rabbit production enterprise, also depending on the size of your stock, and also the space of the land or the space you have to construct your rabbit pen. Please and please like, subscribe, click on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Rabbit breeding management. These are practices that you have to put in place when your rabbit is from gestation period to birthing the little ones. This lesson is one part of a series of lessons on profitable rabbit production. So if you have not seen the other parts of the videos, you need to go and check those videos out to have a full knowledge of rabbit production enterprise. Please and please like this video. If you've not subscribed, click the subscribe button, smash the notification bell so that you can receive notice of more videos coming up on Agricware Consult channel. In rabbit breeding, a female rabbit is called a doe, D-O-E, while the male rabbit is called a buck, B-U-C-K. The baby rabbits can be called kitten or baby rabbit. And the process of the female rabbit giving birth is called kindling. Rabbits reach their sexual maturity at 5 months of age. So the male and the female rabbits are sexually matured at 5 months of age. For mating, the male rabbit must be taken to the female rabbit and not the other way around. Meaning the male rabbit must be taken from its own cage and put in the cage of the female rabbit. The total gestation period for rabbit is 31 days. So on the 31st day, you should expect the birthing of the baby rabbits. Baby rabbits are born naked and with their eyes closed. This usually makes them susceptible to cold and pneumonia. But prior to kindling, that is the birthing process, mother rabbits usually pulls out their fur to create a warm nest for their babies. So to create some level of warmth in the nest as well, the farmer can provide sawdust in the cradle to keep the baby rabbits warm. Most of the times, the birthing process, that is the kindling itself, is done in the night when there is quiet. The baby rabbits must be left for 2 to 3 days with their mother undisturbed. On the third day of birthing, sex identification can be carried out. But when you're trying to do this, make sure you do not touch the baby rabbits with your bare hands. If you do, the mother rabbit rejects the baby rabbit because you have contaminated the scent of the baby rabbit to the mother. So no matter what you do not touch the baby rabbits when they are still tender. For sex identification, you can use a stick, and that stick should have been dipped into the urine of the mother. Dip the stick in the urine of the mother before you use the stick to change the position of the baby rabbits to be able to identify their sex. The eyes of the baby rabbits open in 12 days, so that at that 12 days, then they will be able to feed and they will be able to crawl out of the cradle. Weaning the little babies can be done at 42 days of age, and weaning means separating the mother from the little rabbits. Thereby the little rabbits can then stay on their own, feed on their own, and without depending on their mother. So weaning can be done at 42 days of age of the babies. The ideal way to carry the rabbit or to lift a rabbit is to grab the back of the neck, that is called the scruff, and use the other hand to support the base or the tail of the rabbit. That is the ideal way to carry or to lift a rabbit. Sometimes some people will be like, the rabbits will bite their finger. But once you hold the scuff, once you lift the rabbit at the scuff, that is the back of the neck, and use your second hand to support it at its tail, that way it will not harm you and you are carrying the rabbit comfortably. When the little or the baby rabbits are fully weaned, the mother rabbit will be in a resting phase before it will come on eat. And the eat period is the time when the female rabbit is ready to accept the male rabbit for mating. So you should be on the lookout for the female rabbit to know when it is ready to mate, to accept the male rabbit for mating. And this is how you will identify when a female rabbit is in its eat period. The first thing you take note is a swollen vulva, and the swollen vulva and more visible, and it is usually dark red or brownish in color. That is the swollen vulva. The second sign of heat period in female rabbit is restlessness, and this restlessness prevents her from sleeping or relaxing. Then there is this increased affection. You will realize that your female rabbits or your rabbits generally, when they are at heat period, they periodically have this show of affection to their human owners. They rub your leg, they rub your hands. That is a show of heat period. Then there is this seeking stimulation. The rabbits seek stimulation. That is, your female rabbit may still look, it will look like it's mounting a different object, maybe a rubber in the pen, in the cage, or the a bottle in the cage, it seeks stimulation. Then another important sign of it is marking or territorial marking, and the female rabbit will keep using urine to mark its territory, to mark her territory, and this is announcing her presence and a declaration that she's ready to mate. So those are the signs you see when a rabbit is in its period. Feeding needs of rabbits and what to feed your rabbit ensure a profitable rabbit production enterprise. Rabbits generally must feed on high protein to about 18%, especially in reproducing rabbits. Most of the times, rabbits are offered with roughage crops, and these roughage crops aid their digestion. Water is very vital and essential in rabbit production, and they must always be given water at all times. Rabbit feed on their soft feed, also described as caprophagy or reflection, and in this case the rabbit picks up the soft type of feces and feeds on them. You hardly come across this soft feces because they usually pick it from their anus. So that makes it two types of feces that the rabbit produce: the hard feces and the soft type of feces. So the hard feces are the pellets or the droplets you see in their cages, while the soft feces you will hardly come across it because rabbit feed them and eat them because they are not fully digested. That is why they came out as soft feces. The soft feces are high in crude protein and low in crude fiber. So the rabbits eat them all over again so that they can take in all the nutrients in that soft feces and make use of those crude protein and crude fiber that was not digested before they were passed out as soft feces. There is a wide range of roughage or forage that can be offered to rabbits. And there are two major types, that's the tridax and the calopo. So as seen in the picture, we have the calopo and the tridax. Poultry feed can also be mixed or make into a mash and presented to rabbits. Poultry feed can be a good source of protein for your rabbits. Protein, fiber, vitamins, and all other nutrients that are present in the poultry feed. So yes, you can give poultry feed to your rabbits, but the caution you need to take is that when you're presenting poultry feed to your rabbit, you must have mixed them with water. Not to mix it to become watery, but you make it into a mash. Put a little water and stir properly for it to be a mashy feed before you give it to them. Do not offer your rabbits with dry powder poultry feed. The reason is because the dry poultry feed, when inhaled by the rabbit, can cause irritation in their respiratory tract. So do not offer dry feed or dry powders to your rabbits in any form. You can make self-formulated feed, self-combined or self-formulated feed, and this can be in the form of milled corn, milled guinea corn, milled millet, or any milled grain that you can feed your rabbit, in as much as you mix it with water before you offer your rabbit the powder or the milled grain. Rabbits can also be offered leftover food from the household. So You can give your rabbits food that are not needed in the household. You can offer your rabbits leftover food from the house. Two very important forage crops that are given to rabbits are tridax and calopo, as mentioned earlier. Now, calopo is a cover crop. It is a form of legume crop, and it's usually found in forest plantations, in rubber plantations, and in oil palm plantation. They are airy, annual, and short-lived perennial legumes. The root system of calopo is dense and shallow, and the stems are succulent, covered with hairs that are brown in color. Usually, calopo are creeping plants in their lower parts, meaning they spread out in their lower parts and grow nodes or germinate from those rooting system when they are in contact with the soil. So it makes it a cover crop that spreads out as it touches the soil. It has fruits contained in a pod that ranges between 3 to 8 seeds per pod, and usually calopo are used for hay and silage to feed animals, just as we can use it to feed rabbits. Tridax, as a forage or roughage crop, is commonly grown wild, and it is a good source of crude fiber vitamins for your rabbit. They are usually picked in the wild for your rabbits, and it is essential for you to be able to feed your rabbits regularly with tridax. Reason being that rabbits require high fiber level to be able to aid their digestion. So tridax is very essential in the nutrient or as a feed for your rabbits. If you have not seen the video on the management practices of rabbit in this channel, Agricware Consult, then you should check it out, because in there we discussed management practices required during feeding of your rabbits. So remember to go and check it out if you have not seen it, to watch management practices, because it addresses ways management practices in feeding of your rabbit. So you have rabbits that are not doing well, you have rabbits that are not feeding well, you have rabbits that are not active enough. These are reasons why your rabbits are not feeding well. These are likely reasons why your rabbits are not doing well. And the first reason is there enough water available for your rabbits? The second reason is, observe if your rabbits are in state of ill health. And yes, ill health can reduce their activity, ill health can reduce their feed intake, ill health can reduce their water intake, and ill health can be visible if you just observe your rabbit. Another one is, are there changes in temperature? Because high temperatures reduce their feed intake, and providing or regulating the temperature in their pen might make it more conducive for them to be more active, to feed better, and to drink more water. So influence of temperature, influence of the prevailing weather condition can influence level of activity or inactivity of your rabbit. What quality of feed are you providing for your rabbits? Most times when you give the same routine feed, set of feed to your rabbit, it might end up no longer being palatable to the rabbit. So what is the quality of feed? Check the quality of feed you provide for your rabbit. Then the physiological state of your rabbit. If your rabbit is pregnant, if the female rabbit is pregnant, or you have a lactating rabbit, then you should know that the feeding need, the feeding requirement of that particular rabbit is different, and you must be able to offer what is required to that rabbit. The availability of varieties of feed. Provide your rabbit with varieties of feed. How fresh is the feed you provide for your rabbit? If you offer stale feed, feed, rotten roughages, bad roughages, or bad forage crops to your rabbits, it might contribute to them not feeding properly. Then the timeliness. When you do not adhere to the timeliness of your feeding, when you do not adhere to the particular time you feed your rabbit, it will surely affect with their level of activity, level of response to feeding and to growth.